Well, Mickey McCamish is here to talk about the 2018 Armed Forces Day Parade and Luncheon that's coming up a little bit later this week. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jess. Thanks for having me.
So first off, I want to say thank you for your service. You are, no, correct me, a retired Navy captain, correct?
That's correct. I served in the Navy for 27 years, and my naval career really started here in Chattanooga at the University of Chattanooga when the Navy had visited our campus, and I took an exam for the Officer Candidate School. And from there, made the Navy a 27-year career.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your service. You really have no idea how much it means to me, and I'm sure several other people. So we want to talk about the Armed Forces Day Parade. This is, what, the 69th year?
It's the 69th, and it's
Wow.
continuous. And Armed Forces Parade started here in the U.S. in 1949. So Chattanooga, a very patriotic city, and one of the ways that that patriotism is shown is through the Armed Forces Parade. And each year, a service is recognized. And this year, it's the Coast Guard. We rotate each year, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. But this year, it's the Coast Guard. And you know, Jess, that's sometimes the seagoing service that's forgotten.
Right, I agree.
I remember when I was in Vietnam and was on station on a Navy destroyer, and we were relieved by a Coast Guard cutter. So not only do they patrol the inland waterways here in the U.S., they also serve on the high seas as well. Right. But this is an exciting year with the Coast Guard being the service that we will honor and recognize. And we have the Vice Commandant of the Coast Guard coming in, who is Vice Admiral Charles Ray. And we've been very fortunate because Chattanooga has been able to attract some very senior military officers. A couple of years ago, we had the Chief of Naval Operations when it was the Navy years with Admiral Granard. And then just a year or so ago, we had General Naylor, who was the Commandant of the Marine Corps. But it's a special year because it is the Coast Guard, and again, not recognized. And part of the parade will include a flyover with a Coast Guard rescue helicopter, H-60 Jayhawk. So that will really initiate the parade.
That's always exciting.
It is. And even more so with the fact that the helicopter will land at Ross's Landing in the green space area there and will be on display for the public till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
But the parade will step off at M.L. King and Market at 10:30 on Friday morning, the 4th. We have about 100 units that are part of the parade.
Well, I was going to ask, what can we look forward to seeing in the parade?
And it'll be, you know, it's a little different in the fact that it's the first Friday versus the Armed Forces Day is really the third Saturday in the month. But the reason is because schools are in session. And so therefore, it does enable the school units, the ROTC units, the bands. It allows all of the schools to participate in the parade. And I can remember marching in the parade back in the late 50s as a ROTC cadet at Chattanooga High School. So it enables a lot of the Chattanooga high schools to participate in the parade.
What a great legacy to have a 69th year of this parade. And I'm sure it's going to keep going. It's not going to stop anytime soon.
You're right, Jess. I agree with you. I think it will continue to go.
So you mentioned that the helicopter is going to be available at Ross's Landing for the majority of the afternoon. And you told me earlier that one of the pilots is going to kind of hang out there.
Yes, there'll be 3 pilots with a helicopter, and they will hang out there. They'll be there. They're coming in from Clearwater, Florida, from the Coast Guard Station, Clearwater, Florida. So they'll be there to answer any questions, maybe take a peek inside the helicopter. So I'm sure for families and especially for youngsters that it will be a treat just to go down and see a live helicopter right there.
I know a few young children that would love that opportunity.
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Jess.
All right, so tell me a little bit more. The parade again is starting off at 10:30.
10:30, M.L. King and Market Street is when the parade steps off, and again the flyover will initiate the start of the parade. And we have about 100 different units participating in the parade.
So it's going to be a nice parade then.
It
Lots
will be
to
a very
see.
nice parade, and I know Chip Chapman Chip is going to MC the parade, by the way. And also, he's in charge of the weather, which is a natural fit for him.
Well, we'll find out a little bit later if the weather's looking good. I think so for right now. Now, is there anything else following the parade that we should look out to do?
There is. The luncheon does follow the parade. It's at the convention center, and Admiral Ray will be the keynote speaker there at the convention center.
Okay.
So the luncheon follows the parade about noontime.
And where do we need to get our tickets for the luncheon?
What they need to do is they can call, go to ChattanoogaAreaVets.com is probably the easiest way to get tickets.
ChattanoogaAreaVets.com to go ahead and get your tickets for that luncheon. But you don't need a ticket to go to the parade, so round up the family and head down and watch the parade Friday morning.
That's correct.
What a great
yes.
way to celebrate what we've been blessed with, and such an honor to host the Admiral this again.
It is, very much so.
All
very
right.
much so.
Well, Captain McCamish, thanks so much for joining us and telling us a little bit more.
Thank you, Jess. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's always our pleasure. We'll be right back on Let's Chat.